Hey, I'm Mandy. Welcome to the podcast. Now let's get right into talking business, marketing, and words of wisdom. Hey there. I am Mandy, the real estate broker, and today we have Tara here, and she is a Class A builder and a realtor and a phenomenal powerhouse woman who's doing incredible things and juggling being a mom at the same time.
Yes.
So I guess we'll get right in. I wanted to ask you a couple things. What brought you into entrepreneurship? How did you get started?
So I've always built other people's companies. Everywhere I've worked, I've always grown it ×3. And the last place that I worked before I decided to jump into entrepreneurship was Primerica. Primerica Life Insurance, which basically taught me all about leadership and like how to grow businesses and how to scale businesses, etc. And when I started there, I was selling life insurance, which is really, really difficult. And it wasn't something that I was super passionate about either. So I had to get a part-time job because I just wasn't making any money in life insurance. And when I got that part-time job, I told myself, I was like, I'm not going to grow this company. I'm just going to do the bare minimum and just work 2 hours a day, $10 an hour. And that way I can just get gas back and forth.
Right.
Well, that didn't actually work out. So I ended up falling in love with the company, which was a construction company. I ended up taking over 6 months in and completely trying to grow their brand, and I fell in love. I got the opportunity to have ownership in the company, and then after some serious, I just had to sit down with myself and say, okay, well, I'm growing someone else's company again. Here I am. Do I want to continue down this path? Because I did that for about 5 years. And I decided, no, I don't want to continue down this path anymore. I'm going to take a leap of faith and I'm just going to jump right in and I'm going to get my real estate license and my builder's license since I'm now qualified for that. And that's what I did because I don't like the feeling of somebody else being in control of my destiny. I feel like I should be in charge of where my life is going. I don't want anybody to fire me tomorrow. I don't want anybody to tell me what to do, what to wear. I want to do what the fuck I want to do.
Yeah, always.
So that is why I decided to become an entrepreneur, business owner.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's an incredible story and an incredible journey. I feel like, it's never easy. And I think the independence is the big thing that people, go to entrepreneurship for, but then they don't realize that
how hard it is. Yeah, it's so difficult. And you get punched in the face constantly, but you just got to keep getting back up and realize that it's all going to work out. I believe in God. I pray to God. I think God is the only reason that I'm here right now. So yeah. I'm super grateful for his presence in my life.
Yeah. Awesome. If you were getting started in entrepreneurship today and you could maybe look back and give yourself advice back then, what would you tell yourself then or someone else?
I was just going to give them confidence and just say you can do it. Don't be a bitch. Let's go, get up, do it. It's going to be hard, but just keep trying and don't give up. Yeah. That would be the number one thing.
One thing I was listening to the other day, I always would say cool, calm, and collected. I try to be cool, calm, and collected. And then in the training I was watching, he said, there's another C that you're not thinking about. And it was cool, calm, collected, and confident. Yeah. Because if you're not feeling confident in what you're doing, and sometimes you kind of have to fake it till you make it, somebody's going to see that and then they're not going to feel, even though you got their best interest and you're trying to help them, if you're not feeling confident in yourself, they're not going to feel confident in you either. Right. So now you're doing all these things, you're building, doing the building, renovating beautiful bathrooms and kitchens and additions. You're doing all kinds of things. I love watching your stuff on social media. And you're helping buyers and sellers, with the biggest investment of their life too. And you're able to really guide people. That's something I think that is amazing, is that you can sit down with a seller and look around and go, oh, hey, if we, take this wall down and bump this out, you could have a 4-bedroom, 2 full bathroom house. And maybe now that meets your needs and you can stay, or we can flip it and make you some more money and get you some more equity to get to where you're going. Because I feel like it's great that you're able to give people that full service. It's very tied into each other, and easily create a client for life. What are you going to work on next?
So up next, after I stabilize my construction company, will be my nonprofit. It's Healing Robin. It's designed to help people struggling with addiction, depression, anxiety. Essentially what I want a facility where people can go for free. I think it's bullshit that we have to pay for us to get fixed. We're this way because not because of us. It's usually our parents or our environment or some other factor that has made us the way that we are. Give an example. It's named after my mom. My mom passed away 3 years ago of a drug addiction or a drug overdose. But the reason that she was addicted to drugs was something that I could feel. You know, like I'm an empath. Most people are empaths, and you can feel you understand why they're doing it.
Right.
She experienced something extremely traumatic when she was a child. She had no idea how to recover from it because it was like, I probably do the same thing. Like, you know, I have no idea how I would recover from something. She was such a beautiful person though. She was an amazing mom, beautiful heart, beautiful soul, but she just couldn't escape the trauma. And I just think that that's bullshit that we have to go through our life because of something that someone else put on us. And we shouldn't have to pay millions of dollars to fix ourselves or even take prescription drugs to make ourselves feel better. You know, I think for a short period of time, like that might be necessary to snap out of it, but we really need to learn coping mechanisms to get over what happened and move on and live the life that God has prepared for you.
Yeah. And heal.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's
So
the whole
healing,
purpose.
Healing Robin.
Yes.
Right? That's awesome. So I know you are an avid reader, and I saw you were like on your third book this month.
Yeah, I'm at the start my
Yeah.
fourth one. Yep, I just got it today. I'm
Wow.
excited.
Awesome. So do you have, usually I ask for like a book recommendation, or do you have a couple books that if someone were, you know, starting out in entrepreneurship, or maybe they're on their journey and you're like, man, I wish I would have read this sooner. You want to give us a couple book
So
recommendations?
2 of them that I just finished this month, somebody that's absolutely amazing in business recommended them to me. One of them is Who Moved My Cheese. Basically that book is about like, don't get stuck and complain like in that one spot. Like even though you made a ton of money here, just move on and find the money somewhere else. And I just think that that's such a fundamental story because a lot of people will get stuck where they're at thinking, oh, the money will come back. It's like, no, just move and pivot to the next part.
Shift and change.
Exactly. And it was such a quick read. I read in an afternoon. Like I highly recommend that one. The next one is going to be The One Thing. So basically the One Thing is all about like, what do you need to do today to get you to your 5-year plan? So it really like zooms in into the small tasks that you're doing daily in order for you to create the life that you want. Like Healing Robin is a huge task for me to like I have no idea how to even infiltrate that.
Right.
But I have my nonprofit license, like I'm making those moves to get there and I'm starting to fundraise money and then I'll start applying for grants and stuff like that. But it's a lot of information that like I didn't go to school for this shit.
Right.
I didn't go to school for any of this in fact. But you know, like you really have to take those small chunks in order to create that big life that you want.
Yeah, that's entrepreneurship. I have people tell me, oh, how are you successful? What did you do? What's your secret to success? And I'm like, there's no secret. It's just failing forward.
Yeah, exactly.
And getting up every time.
Exactly, yeah.
And then just learning as you go. So you've got, and even visualizing. Like every day I like to write out. I don't always get to do it every morning, but I try to write out like 5 things I'm grateful for and then 10 dreams I'm working on.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
just having that like vision kind of.
Yeah,
puts it
I
out
do
to
something
the
similar
universe.
to that. Yeah. So what I do is I read my Bible first to get into the Word of God, and then I have a gratitude journal that's just basically thanking God for everything that He's given me. And I try to do that daily. Sometimes, of course, I miss. But you just start again the next day, and it doesn't have to be long and drawn and dramatic. It's just, hey God, I'm super grateful for my beautiful kids and my house and my car, or whatever it is that you're grateful for. And then I try to read a couple of chapters of book before I get started with the day. But
It's awesome.
that's
Yeah,
it.
you're doing some incredible things. And if you don't know, Tara is also one of our agents at AMW Real Estate. And she was someone who I've admired and been following on Facebook for years. And then one day we were able to connect and come together. And so now we get to partner in real estate. And I'm incredibly humbled to be just in your presence. I think you're incredible. So, I know. But yeah, thank you for coming on today and sharing, you know, more about you and giving people kind of that guidance on how they could, you know, not only get started but keep going in entrepreneurship. So
Yeah,
I can't
absolutely.
wait to see
Thanks for having
what
me.
you do next. And